Wicked wild wild. Wicked wild. Wicked wild. Wicked wild wild west. Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. None of this. Six gunning this. Brother running
Ep.108,
this.
dude. We're in the studio. We're
get-
live. Fucking on air light just came
Wow.
on, dude. We're in.
Wow. Let's get right into it.
Baby.
Matt was just telling me something.
Yeah, we fucked up earlier. My computer froze and shut
Yeah,
down.
and then I talked some shit that I didn't
Shane
want out
got
there.
hot-mic'd
I
unknowingly.
got hot mic'd. He's talking a lot of shit, so we had to delete that. And I'm just gassed from a hard day's work. A lot of the listeners wouldn't understand what it's like to be an actor,
Exactly.
but I just
Thespian.
spent almost 10 hours acting
On your
and-
feet.
oh, on my feet.
How was the snack stand?
We ordered pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was
okay.
pretty great.
There was sustenance.
There was sustenance. We got some pizza. There's bottled water, but I didn't have a lot of time to chew tobacco, which annoyed me.
That sucks.
Yeah, I couldn't get my skulls in.
That's some bullshit.
True. I was
You should
playing.
talk
I
to
was playing a
fucking
guy in a
SAG-AFTRA.
garage. I should have been able to dip.
You should call SAG after
Yeah,
about
be like,
that,
I
dude.
need a 2-hour break to dip. But no, it was great, and tires, etc. The first one's out already. This one, I think this one's a lot better.
Nice.
The first one was great, but this one I think is really, really fun.
Fuck yeah, dude. That'd
Yeah.
be tight.
Yeah.
I love watching that shit.
This one's, I mean, Gerben's so fucking funny.
Blizz
dude.
was just praising Gerben in the Philly court. Blizz said Gerben's so fucking funny in that.
Gerben's one of the funniest dudes.
He really fucking is.
Oh
man.
my god! I saw his stand up this week. You saw
Yeah, I
it
saw
too.
it too,
Yeah, you
dude.
saw
It's
it.
fucking
You were there.
hilarious.
How good was that?
Holy fuck.
Gerben's
dude.
stand up was so fucking funny.
Yeah, dude. He looked good.
He told that cat story about getting a boner from that cat. When he told that, I looked at you. I was just like, "Oh fuck, we put him up to this," and because that story was not going well.
Well, at first it
He
wasn't.
saved it, obviously.
I knew it was going to.
Yeah, you were
he
like,
was up there
you were
looking,
like, he's gonna save it.
yeah, he was looking like a Hagar model up there, dude.
He was. He wore a suit.
He looked business cash. Dude. He looked
I
good.
told you he looked like a fucking idiot. I was like, never wear a fucking suit again. He was like, well, I like it. I like wearing suits on stage.
I
Like,
think
you
it's
dress like Ellen DeGeneres, dude. You fucking suck.
That'd be sick if next time we just wear like a corporate pantsuit. Like
Yeah, just a yellow suit, a banana.
like a Hillary Clinton suit.
Yeah, but
They're in hot water.
who is?
Hillary.
Hold on, let me get to my sick-ass Thursday night.
Please get in there.
That was a wild Thursday.
What?
I was fucking rolling, dog.
Oh shit! Dude.
So, shout out to this guy named The Major. He was like, if you're going to say my name on air, call me The Major.
It's funny. He instantly gets caught now.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's The Major, the guy from Washington that's mailing people ecstasy. But had some fan mail with some fucking ecstasy in it.
Nice.
One of the producers on the show I'm on took it a couple days before and was like, it's good. I had one of my drug testers take it.
He's about to say a little fucking.
I was like, try the drugs, then I shall take them. Because I'm a weirdo. Like, I don't really take drugs.
Mm-hmm.
I have been lately. It's been party time.
It's been
Since I
party
moved
time.
to New York, it's been party time.
I'm gonna make
Took
you watch the
mushrooms,
cartoon
took
All Stars.
ecstasies. What's that?
There's a video I had to watch in school about like where this kid. It's funny because he like smokes a joint and like instantly the next scene is doing heroin, and then all of the cartoon fucking characters like Winnie the Pooh and all these people come out and they're like, "Stop doing drugs, Billy," and he's like,
Oh,
"I can't
man.
stop doing them."
I need the characters.
You might have to watch cartoon All Stars.
I took half a pill of ecstasy to go watch Gerben do stand up.
That's pretty harmless, actually.
Yeah, and it was like, it's not, they're like, half a pill, you'll feel good. You're a big guy, it won't be crazy. So like I took it and then it felt great. It was awesome.
Sure.
Ecstasy's the fucking shit.
Just a serotonin release.
If you're listening to this, take ecstasy.
they're
For
they're
sure.
trying to
Go
legalize
take
it.
ecstasy.
They're trying to legalize MDMA.
It was fucking great. But then it started, I was like, I'm starting
You're
to
also. I'm happy they didn't bring up any PTSD in you. They use that
True.
in
For the
troops.
troops.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it quelled a lot of my PTSD. I didn't
Yeah.
realize how haunted I constantly was of PTSD from my time in the service.
That's true.
But so then I was like, fuck it, this thing's wearing off. I'll take the other half, and whoa,
Nelly.
Then it worked. Then it worked like crazy. I was just sitting there like, oh my god. I was talking. It was nice. I was talking to Mary's boyfriend Mark. He was giving me he was shamaning. He shamaned me.
Brought you through the process.
He really did. He was like, I've done this before. This is great. Isn't it wonderful? And I was like, yes. And he was like, everybody here loves you. He was so fucking nice. And
So when it first kicked in, you were just like, "Oh God!"
when it first kicked in, I felt it. Like I literally felt it hit at once. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I got super lightheaded, and I was just like, "Holy fuck!" And O'Connor was there watching me, and he was like, "This is hard to watch." And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, this is like when you watch your dad get drunk. Like, it's weird to see somebody you like kind of like look up to and just be like, but
That's such a nice thing to hear.
I know. I was actually like, oh, thanks, man. That actually is nice.
I was saying it was like a freak. That would be a freak out for me. Be like, I'm acting weird. Why am I acting weird?
Well, no, I knew I was fucked up.
Oh, that's
I was
so
like almost laying down. Like every once in a while, I was like, oh, but it was fun. It was funny.
That is a nice segment.
Everybody was enjoying it.
Yeah.
That I was doing it.
That's so funny.
But then, the night took a horrible turn.
That happens.
It had some false rumors come out about me and people I care about.
That's
and,
fucked up, dude.
Just ruined the night. And then you told me when you picked me up after I told you I took half. You were like, well, you're not gonna be able to sleep, really. Mm-hmm. Took the whole thing, and I did not sleep.
Yeah,
didn't sleep. Just laid
I checked
there.
the time. It was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, well, all right.
Yeah, it was like 11 when I took the other half. Mm-hmm. So that was a long fucking night. And then I had to, dude, the one thing that is definitely true about ecstasy is the hangover of depression.
Yeah.
Dude, Friday was brutal. I was going on no sleep. Ooh. I had to drive to Baltimore to do a fucking show. I had to do 2 shows that night. I bombed 2 shows. Just bombed.
Really?
Dude.
Like an actual bomb? Or like not an okay set?
Crowds definitely sucked, but also it definitely didn't help that I was not happy.
True.
Like I was just up there like normally stand up like with a hangover from booze, stand up will cure that.
Yeah.
Because the adrenaline and like this is fun, it gets you out of a hangover. This was a different type of hangover.
Your serotonin was depleted, dude. You had nothing in it.
Like a drunk hangover, I feel physically I can feel how shitty I am. And also mentally I have tons of anxiety from it. But like physically I feel like shit. This hangover was just mental. It was weird.
That is weird.
It was just a mental depression.
You might need the pain.
Maybe.
You might be a little bit of a fucking sadist or masochist, dude.
You
must
think?
love the pain.
I would love for you to fucking tie me up and start hitting me and shit. And treat me like the bad boy that I am.
That's only one way to find out. There's only one way to find out.
Are we gonna fuck again?
We might fuck,
I still have some ecstasy. You want to take it?
Like, hell yeah, dude.
If I took ecstasy right now and you and me fucked, it would be.
Let's split it in half and plug half of each.
You want to plug it up?
Put it in our butts. Yeah, you can put ecstasy up your butt.
I didn't even know that.
That's how
I
only take it in my butt.
I would have done that with the other half.
What, pop? You should have plugged it,
I would have
dude.
put it in my butt.
Yeah, if you're like about to go into a festival, you just fucking put it up your butt.
This is so funny.
I love how you don't. I was like, if you go to a festival, you put up, you can just swallow it.
You easily could have swallowed. Like, well, they don't search your butt. It's like, well, they're not going to make you throw up. But during the filming today, Gerben farted, and there were chicks, and one of the girls was like, "Oh my god, it sounded wet." And he's like, "Well, it was the hemorrhoid cream." It's just like, Gerben, cut your losses, dude. Take the wet fart.
Christ, don't talk about that, Roy. Dude, speaking of which, I just contracted them.
Oh yeah, you just got your first Hemis.
I fucking called it, dude. I was
How do you feel about Hemis?
Actually, you know what? I probably had these all along, but I was like, I'm gonna get, dude. Yeah, I took a dump. It was I looked down, looked like someone squeezed a ketchup packet into the toilet. I went, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I went, oh, nice. It's just hemorrhoids. For a second, I'm like, am I fucking dying or something? And I went, they're Hemis.
I remember my first blood poo.
Yeah, dude.
I was instantly like, holy shit, I'm dying.
Yep.
My insides are bleeding. And it's like, oh no, you just got a mangled butt.
Exactly.
You got a fucked up butthole.
I texted you guys both. It literally, as soon as I saw the blood, I'm like, texting Shane Gerben, dude.
Yeah, the hemorrhoids, real bummer.
It's not that big of a deal to me, honestly.
I had one ever that like hurt.
Yeah.
Like hurt. Like I felt like I was gonna puke while I was taking a shit. Like it hurt so fucking bad.
I didn't have that.
That was tough. I've never had a hemorrhoid that like hurt though. Like that.
I wonder where the fuck mine, like, man, I'm definitely having.
You should be able to feel it. Let me feel your butthole.
If I like squeeze and contract my butthole, I can feel a little fucking sting that's not usually there. But
oh yeah,
it's probably for I've been beating the bag up, dude. It's probably for me hitting the bag.
You probably hit the bag too hard.
I think what kind of hemorrhoid comes from throwing like a super hard left hook at a bag? I have that. I think I have that one. Dude, it was a lot of fucking. It was like more than enough blood that I was like, ooh.
It was very spooky.
It was.
Did you ever take ecstasy?
No.
I told my mom I took it.
What'd she say?
Which was really fun. Me, because it was my sister Katie's birthday. Happy birthday, Katie.
Happy B-Day.
We went out to lunch, me, my mom, and my sister. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Mom, I fucking took ecstasy on Thursday night. She was like, no. me and Katie were laughing. And I was like, she's like, you better not get addicted. You know our family is prone to addiction.
But
And
if
it's
you
just
became an ecstasy addict,
that's what I was saying. I was like, honestly, if I get addicted to ecstasy, that'd be the sickest shit ever.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would actually be cool.
That'd be fucking
Should I get
great.
addicted to ecstasy?
I know a lot of people who got like real into it for a while, and eventually, the effects just kind of wear off. My one friend, I will tell you this: I never really got into ecstasy. I didn't. It was nothing that ever really drew me into it.
I don't think I'll ever do it again. Maybe I'll do it, but
one of my boys took, I think he said hundreds of E-bombs in like the early 2000s. And he said, he was like, it's not that big of a deal, but he goes, I have noticed now that like, I don't really ever get that happy or that sad. I'm just always kind of like,
that's all right.
that's what I'm saying.
If it eliminates the sad part, I can do without happiness.
He just goes, I'm kind of just like, he said he's just kind of like a steady. That might have just been him maturing. It might not
I'm
even
not.
been
I'm. That's a decent trade off. I'm not very happy that often.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
sad most of the
It'll
time. If I'm
take you while you
happy,
can get it.
it's usually me like driving and laughing about something fucking dumb.
Yeah.
For like 10 minutes, and then it's back to just like, oh man, I fucking suck. Life sucks.
That's sick to think of all your happiest moments in life. Just at the wheel of the rolls, just be like,
It seriously is.
Then you like get to where you're going, you're like, oh, fucking God.
Fuck, I gotta fucking work. I gotta fucking do stand up. The one thing I ever actually like, I'm still like, this is too hard. Fuck this.
Sucks.
I was actually laughing the other day thinking about that time I was driving and called that kid a pussy on his bike.
Oh my God.
I was driving home from Helium and my windows were down and this kid was riding his bike. I just had a good set. I was feeling good. This was actually one of my happier moments. This
Adrenaline's
is like,
flowing.
it literally made me happy thinking
yeah.
about it. And this kid was riding his bike. He was wearing like khakis. He was coming from work. And he had his pant leg rolled up.
So he was like highly bullyable.
Oh, totally. He was like, he was dressed like he was on like Wall. He was, he was wearing a button down, rolled up khakis.
Yeah.
Definitely like a Barstool Sports fan. So I was riding by and I was just like, pussy, for no reason. I was by myself. Got to a red light. I saw him just pedaling hard. And I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to catch up. He's going to get me. And then when he got close, I was like, he might spit on me or punch me. But I was like, I gotta leave the windows down. I gotta let him fucking hit me.
Yeah,
I gotta let him get his fucking rebuttal.
Sure,
And he fucking pulled up next to me, like panting, and like stuck his head slightly in the window. Was like, nice fucking piece of shit car, faggot. And then me and him both started laughing. And he pedaled off. It was great. I bought a new car the next week.
Oh, you had to.
I was like, that guy called me a faggot.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
Dude, I got sucked up in some motherfucking. I didn't get sucked up in anything. I've been deflecting bullshit all fucking day. I already started telling you how I got invited out to fucking go out and drink with my girlfriend today. Shut that down.
Is there
I was
anything
like,
worse than your fucking girlfriend having fun without you?
I love it, dude.
Really?
Oh my God. It's just like, I told her, she's like, are you mad that I'm gone all day? I'm like, dude.
Oh, well, true. You do get
Do your
GBPs.
fucking thing.
You do get GBPs for that.
I fucking love it, man.
But, nah, I don't. I get.
Because
Depends.
Here's the thing for me. It's like, either she goes out with her friends, enjoys them, she can enjoy herself. Otherwise, I'm there, and I'm just like a weight of fucking just like unhappiness. When I go out, I'm just like, no, I'm having a fun time. Just enjoy your friends. I'm just here talking. I just sit there, and I'm just like, I just want to leave the entire time.
Yeah.
So, what eventually happens in my relationships that I'm like, just go out and have fun, and I will be here. Maybe I'll join you if I have absolutely nothing to do.
Yeah.
Or if you've gone out so many times that I finally get guilted into coming out. But I just don't like going to bars. I don't, unless I decide like I'm gonna drink. Today's the day I'm gonna drink and go to a bar. If I'm beckoned to just like be present at a bar without drinking, I want to leave instantly. It sucks.
Yeah,
it's
a
not fun.
nightmare. That's a nightmare, dude.
It's not fun. So in my head, I'm like, yo, have a fun time.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is if it starts being like a every 3 days, 4 days
No,
thing,
what I'm saying is, I think the only times I've really experienced that is if a girl has plans and I'm not invited. Then
see
it
that.
fucking like I'm like, what the fuck? I'm fun. I'll have fun at the bar.
yeah, that's
Like,
true.
what the fuck? You don't want me there? It's not like I'm like worried about like getting cheated on or something. I'm just like, what the
See, yeah,
fuck you? I would invite you. I would have invited you. I don't care if you suck around my friends. Still invite you.
My thing is, my main concern would be worried about getting. If she started going out all the time, I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Are you doing?"
all the time. Yeah, that's a fucking problem.
But
That's a problem.
mine is, like she was supposed to go out for lunch with her girlfriends, and then she was just like, "Oh, it turned out like all these other people came and they're going out. Like I feel so bad. You want to come?" And I was just like, "Do your thing. Have a good time." Really, it's just kind of like, if I have shit to do, remember this because I don't want to fucking hear your bullshit.
They won't.
Of course not.
Never will remember this.
Of course
ever.
not,
dude. If you were like, I'm going out and getting fucked up, it would be a fight.
Yeah,
If you like, I'm going out with my friends. I'm going out with Shane, and we're gonna go get day drunk in Manayunk.
Yeah.
That'd be a fight.
Oh my god. I'd have to frame it like 2 weeks in advance and be like, Shane's having a hard time. I gotta hang out.
Shane is having a hard time. It wouldn't be any time in the last like 3 years you'd be able to be like, Shane's real fucking sad. I gotta go fucking drink with him.
Yeah, if I like twist that right, I can get her to and like exercise that like, oh, go hang out. It's important that you see your
Am I
friends.
always a fucking depressed pussy?
No, dude.
All right,
I'm just
good.
saying I'd have to frame it in
No,
a
I'm
way.
not saying you said that, but as soon as I said it, I was
No.
like, wait a second. Am I always like
No.
things? Am I fucking Shaner?
No.
Am I like, if you ask me like how are things going, I'm like, not good.
No, not at all.
All right, good, because I am the fucking man, dude. I'm
Exactly.
the fucking best.
It's the heavy's the head, dude. That's all.
Heavy lies the fucking crown.
Or heavy is the head.
Heavy
lies
is
the-
head, dude. Well, heavy's getting head.
Heavy lies the crown. That's the thing.
Damn.
Dude, so then I'm chilling, dude. I'm like, all right, my bay's busy. I can chill at the house, watch fucking dogs on Netflix, just do my thing, dude. Take my dogs. I can just do my shit.
You just hang out with dogs, watch
Smoke
dogs.
my little CBD
smoke
joints,
some
make my
fucking-
tinctures.
Damn.
Use my little hash press, make hash in my basement. I have a whole little thing. I have a bunch of shit I can do in my house to keep myself occupied.
I wonder how well you would do as like a hermit.
I'm fantastically.
Yeah,
I'm
like
a natural-
If you got like,
I'm a recluse, dude. I'm a
Yeah.
natural recluse.
if you got like your alchemy set up, if you have your dark magic and dark arts, and then a couple dogs up in the hills, up in a cave.
I think about this all the time, Shane. I could definitely.
I really
live by
think you would do
myself.
great.
I know I would.
Yeah.
I would do fantastic if I could just kind of come down the hill into town like once a month and be like, "Hello," and be like, "Good day," and like go back up to my
Have
little
everybody
fucking-
be like, "Damn, he's the best." And then you walk away. Like, yes, I got everyone thinking I'm cool.
And I let people to come in my thing. People could come like one person at a time, like once a week.
Yeah.
I could be like, that is my ideal.
I would
setup.
go up and drop the cast,
Oh,
return
for
to the people,
sure,
and be like, "I
sure,
just
dude.
spoke to him. Here's the knowledge he has bequeathed to us."
That would be my ideal setup, dude. And again, but my thing is like I am weak for sniz, dude. So I need.
You do need a sniz.
So
You need a queen up there. You need a hermit queen.
yeah, I have I have the fucking I have the red queen with me right now, dude. She's a fucker. She's a motherfucker, dude.
You have the red queen tonight. She's gonna get you.
No, she's been cool today, but she's a motherfucker. But today she calls me and she's like, after I'm like, you go do your thing, have fun. I'm cool. I'm gonna handle shit here on the home front. I got to do. Hits me up with some shit about like a friend, dude, like a very quotational friend of like, they don't even they like fight all the fucking time. And she's like,
Yeah.
she's like, well, I think my friend's in like I don't know. She was like with her ex-boyfriend last night. They'd broken up like 6 months ago. And now she's locked out of her house. Could you let her into the house so she can like hang out there with you until I get back? And I was just like, no.
Ugh.
She's like, she's only 2 blocks away. And I was like driving like past where she lives.
Oh my
And
god.
I was just like, no, dude, like, how the fuck is this my problem? And she's like, well, I was like, I got to run out and do shit. She's like, well, just let her in. Sit. I'm like, I'm not letting her just sit in my fucking house. I don't know who she is. And first of all, it's like, she was out with her ex-boyfriend. Dude probably smashed. Goes to drop her off. She's locked out. Now I'm somehow sanctuary. It's like, no.
You go back to
That
that
dude can fucking
Yeah.
deal with that. And they can, maybe they'll
You
work
fucking
it out.
do the crime, dude. You
Exactly,
better be willing to
dude.
fucking spend time with an annoying lady.
Exactly, dude. She had to seek asylum. I built the fucking wall, dude. I was
You
like,
built the wall,
no,
dude.
I was like, not
You
happening.
said, sorry.
yeah, dude.
Sorry, there's some bad hombres. They're trying to get in here. They had sex last night. Not good. Not very good.
Yeah, man. I'm like, why the fuck is that my problem? So, dude, we settled it. She was okay, fine. Dude, like 2 hours later, she was like, so what's she's asking for an ETA. I'm like, tell her fucking no. Like, no, she's not coming over here.
Ugh.
I'm not going to sit next to a person and be like, how you been? Okay. And it's like, I'm not having that, dude. In my
Ugh.
fucking, so I got out of that.
Good for
thank
you,
God.
man. That takes some. I'm a fucking pushover. I would have been like, yeah, of course.
Dude, usually I am, but lately I've been real good at being like, no.
You read that book, How to Be a Kick-Ass Woman. How to, I don't know, every fucking
subtle
dumb
art of not giving a
Oh,
fuck.
could you be less of a fucking person if you read that shit?
Gerben read it.
Gerben read that?
Yeah, dude.
Well, Gerben's
That's fucked up, dude.
different. Gerben's literally actually searching through books for knowledge.
True that.
Some people buy that to be like quick fix.
I don't give a
You know what I mean?
fuck.
I remember my ex was reading that shit, like
Which
how
one?
to fucking be a kick-ass something.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Oh,
what the
dude.
fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that shit fucking sucks. How to kick ass and be a fucking powerful woman.
How to be a powerful woman.
My
Dude,
daughter's gonna be so fucking
my,
powerful.
my daughter is going to be the least powerful woman ever. She's gonna be
Really?
a dumb, fat slut.
Whoa.
Fuck her.
Just like an old coal mining milkmaid type setup.
Yeah, I hope she's dumb, and I hope she's a slut.
Yeah,
And I hope she enjoys life that way.
just a dumb. That's not bad though.
Being a dumb slut?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. If
decent
you can
life.
weather the storm of being called a slut, that's a sick life.
Yeah.
All you do is fuck and chill.
Yeah, but you also got to take care of the. When you're like if you're like a heavier slut, you got to watch the vaginal health because things can start. If you have a fucked up diet, it can start throwing.
Yeah,
off
but this
the
is where the
pH.
dumb comes in. You don't care.
True.
And if you're a slut, there's dudes willing to take that chance.
true that,
You're always going to have companionship. You're going to be a
100%.
dumb, fat slut.
that's a good life, dude.
Dumb, fat slut's the way to go.
You could literally just lay on a couch all day, and no one's gonna bother you. Some guy might rough you up every now and again. Like, you fucking laying here all fucking day.
Yeah, dumb, fat slut's
Get up
definitely...
and drive me to Pit Boys, you
definitely-
dumb fat slut.
yeah, dumb, fat sluts will definitely run into like a couple beatings throughout their life.
Yeah, I mean that's that's a competitive market, dude.
Dumb,
Yeah,
fat slut, I mean, that's
You're
a
gonna run
fucking...
across some asshole bosses, dude. What the fuck? You been sitting here all fucking day and I've been out here.
I worked 5 hours. Get up.
You're definitely gonna cheat on that boyfriend too, because like
The dumb, fat slut.
it's not even gonna be your fault. Some guy's just gonna be nice to you, and you're gonna like somehow like trick yourself into sucking his dick.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, what did I do?
That was the first person to be nice to me in 5 years. I'm
you
a dumb
have to
fat...
blow him, dude.
Of course. Yeah, dumb, fat slut's sick. I hope that. I wish that upon my family.
Well, what the shame though for dumb fat sluts is like the online dating, because now like, dude, people will just say nice things to you, and you're just fucking.
You're just out tugging.
You just gotta talk.
Yeah, but that's good though, because if you're a dumb slut, you enjoy it.
That's true.
You're having fun,
Dude, actually-
the market's hot for dumb fat sluts.
It's been hot.
You
It's
fucking
never
have-
cool. The
True,
market's
true,
never
true.
recessed, dude.
Not even like in the plague for a minute. In the plague, people were like, "All right, maybe the dumb fat sluts get them out of the village because everyone's dying for some reason."
Dude, I actually was thinking about this recently. I mean, like pulling up, I was thinking about I was thinking about my prostate health.
That's
And-
something you should be thinking about.
Dude, I want to set up. I mean, here's my idea. Because like, if you don't come enough, you can have your prostate can get enlarged and swollen. So say like you just don't want to fucking masturbate. There should be a medical option for someone to tug you, like to go into a completely sterilized professional environment and just sit in a chair, just keep your clothes
Wow.
on, clothes off, and have just like a lady, just no eye contact.
Release you.
Just like a like
Wow,
a lady
that's
who
literally
just took
like
a
the
fucking
hottest possible way to
There's a
come.
lady, like a cigarette smelling nurse to come in and be like, "Are you almost done?" and just fucking just crank you. And you can't moan. You have to sit there and just be like,
Damn, that's like a procedural cum is one of the hottest cums possible.
that should be covered under healthcare. You need it. You should get that once a week.
Now you're finding jobs in the marketplace for dumb fat sluts.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Now we're putting these whores to work.
Yeah. Like
And
if you fail nursing school, if you go to nursing school,
If you fail nursing school,
fail nursing
you
school?
are a dumb fat slut.
exactly, and you
Pretty
should-
much, nursing school is where dumb fat sluts go to try to get out of that vicious cycle. Literally every chick.
yeah, for sure.
Not every chick that goes to nursing school
Why you think
is
of
a
all
dumb
your
fat
millions
slut.
of aunts are
I
fucking
know.
nurses? Oh, my whole family.
I know they're all nurses. They're all dumb fat sluts.
No, they got out of it. They transcended it.
Well, exactly.
But if you fail,
If you fail, you're relegated back to
that should
dumb
be a
fat
safety
slutdom.
net. The safety net should be if you fail, they should be like, look, we see from your charts here that you
You're a
definitely
fucking
like there's
idiot.
definitely a correlation between that and just giving like a monstrous hand job, dude. Imagine all that fucking forearm strength coming in. Just
Yeah, and you're dumb, so you're like pain receptors. Like you don't get tired. You're just
Yeah.
a workhorse, dude.
yeah,
You
you're
jerk.
just some chick coming in like kicking a fucking menthol cigarette and draining a monster and be like, another day, another dollar, and just fucking boom, just two dudes at a time, dude.
Yeah.
Just a girl singing along to Jason Mraz, like, anything. Parking a car, just like
Driving a fucking like dirty Saturn.
with a fuzzy steering wheel,
yeah,
dude.
all dirty Saturns.
Dude, I told you that's what. Whenever I listen to top 20s hits, like top 20s dance or like anything that's like, I want your body. All I think about is dumb fat sluts singing it in their car, like a dumb fat slut getting butt fucked the night before by a truck driver and just singing along like, oh, oh, oh. I've been trying to express that forever.
No, I agree. I agree.
It's
It's
like
always
Maroon 5 is just playing in dumb fat sluts' heads all day.
yeah, it really is. That's who that's for.
Yeah, you pull
It's
up.
built for
you
it.
pull up to your nursing job and there's milking old dudes, and then you just cry a little to a Maroon 5 song. You're like, that'll never be me. And then you just go in there. You're just like,
I don't think it's that'll never be me.
true. Actually,
I don't think dumb fat sluts have that level of like.
no, that's
There's
true.
no foresight. There's no thought of
So they're,
like
they're just like
I should change my ways.
They're just like a deer.
It's just literally they're animals.
True.
Wow. It's literally like in this moment, this is what I'm the prettiest girl alive. Thank you, Maroon 5. Then I'm going to hop out of my Saturn. I'm going to go into the clinic. They told me I couldn't work here anymore unless I only jerked off dudes. That's what I'm doing.
And that's where you meet your husband, dude.
And I got a pretty good gig going.
That dude, I'm telling you, that should exist. Just you go in there, you just like once every 2 weeks, you just get cranked, and it's like you're like, babe.
And there's no shame in
Look,
it.
if a doctor can finger your butthole, a chick should be able to jerk you off with a latex glove on.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
With a latex glove?
Get some get some lubage.
Exactly.
Some
Oh, of
sick
course.
lubes.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say if you're just unleashing, if you're unleashing a fucking dumb
not
fat
a cave,
slut.
not a fucking futuristic caveman jerk with a.
Oh.
No, I'm talking lube aplenty, dude.
If a DFS gets a hold of your dick with a fucking latex, a fire could start because they don't know when to
That's
stop.
pretty much how they started fire, dude.
That's how fire was invented in a cave.
No, dude, you're gonna hit it. The dumb fat slut's gonna put a hard smash on the fucking Vaseline lotion. That thing, it's gonna be half a bottle. She's just gonna. It'd be unbelievable. But you'd have to remain like totally cold and clinical. the
What
whole
if you
time.
start to get into it? Do you think that she would probably grunt? She'd be like, she'd probably notice you.
I mean, she would grunt. She'd be like, "Come on, oh my god."
oh,
They would, or she'd be like she'd be on her like earpiece phone, like, "I don't know, babe. What do you want for dinner?" And just be like, "Come on, this guy's taking forever to bust a nut."
oh.
Yeah,
Well,
but
anyway.
they could buckle you down so you didn't move or like writhe in pleasure.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah.
just be like, put a blindfold on you.
Would you writhe? Do you think in pleasure from a DFS HJ?
I mean, I'd like to think I didn't. I'd like to think I could appreciate like the clinical nature of the procedure, but
Again, I don't know if there's anything.
my ass would sweat all over the fucking that like crinkly paper.
Dude.
I'd be sobbing that. Think of,
Anytime
like,
I
a
go to the
soggy
doctors
napkin,
and
dude.
I stand up, I have literally ripped that. I have ripped that paper off, dude. I've caught it in my ass and taken it with me. I honestly have done that. The sweat has been so great that it took the paper off. And I like had a 6-foot sheet coming out of my ass.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that has happened.
Your ass just sucks it up
Oh,
slowly.
I can't go to the doctors. I can't go to the doctors or the dentist.
I haven't
It's
been
just
forever,
so
man.
much fucking anxiety. Nah, fuck that.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't mind going.
Well,
I
I'm
just-
fucking gross. There's never going to be good news. Every time I go to the doctors, they're like, "Holy fuck, man, what are you doing? You're fat as fuck, dude." I'm like, "Well, I'm tall, man." They're like, "Nah, you're gonna die, dude. You gotta stop being fat."
Mark McGuire has a high BMI, dude. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
I'm like, well, Ryan Howard and me are like the same height and weight, so it's like it's not a big deal. He hits home runs. He's cool as shit. Like, well, you're obese. You've been obese for a while. Technically, you are an obese man.
Dude, I don't think the doctor gives a fuck about me. I just go in there and they're like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "I'm pretty good."
I'm
And they're
pretty sure
like,
all doctors care about is, are you fucking fat? You go in there like, you fat as shit, dude. It's like, all right, well, I'm not going to change. I'm just not going to come back to where they call me fat.
"Oh my god, dude!" Last time I went in, they're like, "So you feeling good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel all right." And they're like, "All right." They
For
took my
real.
blood pressure and they're like, "Yeah, your blood pressure's good." They're like, "All right." I'm like, "They're like, any other complaints?" And I'm like, "None that you'd understand or care about." So I'm like,
None that you could grasp.
yeah, I'd be like, "Not really."
Western medicine doctor.
Exactly, dude.
You're more of a shaman.
Exactly,
You gotta let them just be like, my third eye's been acting up.
dude.
They'd be like, okay, well, you're a schizophrenic.
I read a thing on Reddit today. One of my subreddits is Kundalini. I like reading all the people's things. This one guy is like, shout out to this poor guy, dude. He's been possessed by dark energy because he like focused. There's your root chakras, like I guess underneath where like your balls are, or your taint. He went below that to like a real primordial chakra, dude.
Below his taint?
Below his taint, he tapped
Where?
into a. It must be like the tip of a pimple on your butt cheek, dude. It must be the chakra that just like hovers around like a butt pimple, dude. And he opened
That's the
up.
worst
He
chakra.
unleashed dark energy to the point where now he got admitted into a psych facility, and has got diagnosed with schizophrenia. So now he's trying to figure out some like ways to balance his chakras to shut down this malevolent force
He's
that's
trying to-
taking over.
Settle his chakras to beat schizophrenia.
Sure. Yes.
I bet the cause of the belief in chakras,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's the schizophrenia.
Well, no, it's funny. There's all these other people being like, "You got to use your heart chakra," and he's like, "Why my heart?" And they're like, "Think about it, dude. You can only combat that dark, evil, sinister chakra, dude." And then I had a second guess of like even bringing it up because he said, and anyone who thinks to make fun of this, beware because you're opening up a fucking. I was like,
were you afraid? Your
I was
chakras.
I was slightly fucking afraid.
Have you
dude.
ever seen people with schizophrenia?
Yeah, I talked to him before. My cousin's like uncle, my cousin's uncle had it.
They're usually real fat dudes in sweatsuits.
They pretty much all smoke cigarettes too.
Blaze cigarettes
Yeah.
nonstop.
A lot of them smoke weed too. A lot of them say that weed helps them, but it's like, which probably is the case because then they get stoned and they can just be like, I'm just stoned having weird thoughts, and it's like not like just coming from
Not like
you.
talking to yourself.
Well,
Getting
this guy would just like it was weird because like you just look normal, you talk to him, but he would just be like, yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out where to live. Also, you just got to stay gold, man. You gotta stay where you're at. Then he would just
he
go
was
from
one
like
of those
tangent
guys
to
just
tangent
saying
to tangent.
wild shit.
First, if you hung out with him for 30 seconds, you'd be like, he's cool.
Yeah.
Minute 30, 2 minutes, slowly you're just like, what the fuck?
Dude, we had a girl come into the car dealership I worked at.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first hour, it was really funny. But she was having like a crazy breakdown.
Yeah,
In
man.
hindsight, it's really, really sad because,
Yeah,
her
it's
friends
fucked.
and family were like, where is she? She was at the fucking car dealership car shopping. And she was just like, every sentence was just gibberish. Like, it was crazy. She was like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this trunk. Praise Tim Tebow. Praise him. He's leading us in the right direction. Look at the birds up there. Wow. Praise Jesus. Jesus is all around us. Tebow knows. Everybody knows that Tim Tebow's on the right path right now. Like, it was banana. And then in hindsight,
shit.
obviously, it was super fucking sad.
Yeah, of course.
Then I was out talking to her. I was like, should I fuck her?
Really?
it was, yeah.
She was hot?
Yeah. And before I knew
I mean,
she
that's
was,
one way to meet
before I
someone.
knew she was having a schizophrenic mental breakdown, she
Yeah.
was putting out like, she was crazy.
Putting out
she was
some
putting out
signals.
some crazy. If a chick's crazy, you're like, is this a fat dumb slut right now?
True.
A dumb fat slut? Is she just crazy? Should I fuck her?
So
right now?
she was making like a connection, and then she had a psychotic break.
She probably felt my chakra too powerful,
That
and
might
it
have
broke
been
her
it, dude.
mentally.
That might have been it.
She felt my dick chakra.
She might have felt below your root, dude. You might have unleashed a fucking malevolent
My root
force.
is I do have a thick fucking root, and she cracked. It was rough. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy,
Crazy.
to watch.
And then she wouldn't leave. She just kept coming around, and she was like doing math. She was just sitting there saying numbers at the table.
did you charge?
Not
any of
real
this?
math, just gibberish numbers.
That sounds fucking awesome.
It was incredibly interesting
Yeah.
to see someone that was actually nuts.
Fuck.
It's
man.
really weird. You never really see like true crazy people
No, you don't.
outside of like homeless people, but
Even then, that's a 50-50 shot. Some of them are just kind of kicking around. Some of them are also just so fucking high on dust and
Yeah.
they're walking around. But it's like, yeah, seeing someone who's like legitimately schizophrenic.
yeah, and she was
Wow.
and you could tell she was like a normal chick. She was wearing like normal clothes. She was just having a normal life and then just cracked.
Someone
Ended
about
up at fucking Ray Hall Honda on the Carlisle Pike
Someone at the dealership.
talking gibberish.
Dude, I told you about the Indian guy I used to know who used to sell like boatloads of beasters.
What are beasters?
They were like they were like when weed went from like shitty like MIDI type seed weed, and then like the early 2000s it started getting the stuff from Canada, like it's called like BCs or beasters. It was like it just smelled like hay. It was
British
always
Columbia?
wet. Yeah, it was always like wet and smelled like hay, and it was like it started coming down. That was before we had like headies or whatever.
Yeah.
Now the weed's just always like all of it's really good, but before it was like a mid-level weed that came around in the early 2000s.
So wait, when did weed get good?
I mean, there's been like good weed kicking around since like the 60s and 70s, but apparently like
Like
in
across
this-
the board.
across the board, I would say like, oh man, when I was in school, I graduated when I was like 2008 in college. I started seeing it was called headies.
Yeah.
Oh man, these are headies. Now it's just classified as indoor weed and outdoor weed and light depths and all this stuff. But yeah,
I just never smoked Reggie's.
this was like
I never smoked. You know me, dude.
I
said no
stayed-
Reggie, man.
Dude, I stayed smoking Reggie's. Dude.
If
I
someone
used to
offered me a
smoke-
J, if they were like, "Yo, Shane, you want to smoke this J?" I'd be like, "Yo, that better not be fucking Reggie's.
I used to smoke
If
weed.
that's Reggie, I'm out."
I smoke weed that like crack and sparkle and shit. Like, I don't even know what's in this. But yeah, so this guy was like fucking. This Indian dude was commanding just like mad fucking pounds of beasters, and he slowly started having a mental break. I used to like I'd go check him out, grab some weed off him when I was younger, and fucking he started like thinking like feds were after him and all this shit, and he would talk to people like as if he'd be like, "Yo, sit down." He would hand sign. He wouldn't talk in the fucking house. He would make hand signals, and I'd just be like, fuck, dude. And I was like, all right. And I would still, we all would dealt with him. We'd all kind of laugh. I'm like, dude, he's so fucking crazy.
That's tough, man.
So then one point I made mushroom chocolates back when I was like, I stopped talking to this guy. And then I gave his friend mushroom chocolates, not knowing that he fucking had entered a housing agreement with this dude, this crazy Indian dude. And the guy ended up eating he just went in the fridge one day, ate the mushroom chocolates. The guy goes, yo, he had a full meltdown, had to leave. Parents came and got him. That was it. Like,
You killed a kid?
I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You killed him.
They were I gave him to this kid. He was the one who didn't fucking.
And he broke into him.
Safeguard him.
Like Jackson.
No.
Like your dog. He broke in and ate some mushies and changed his world.
Well, no, apparently I didn't find out till like a year later. He was already having like a really hard time. And then I'm like, yo, where's your boy? He's like, yeah, he left. He freaked out. And then I found out like a year later, like, yeah, he actually ate those mushroom chocolates and just freaked the fuck out. And I was like, oh, shit.
Nice going.
That wasn't my fault. That guy had it coming, man.
True. You did just help.
He was like, dude, years before that was like signaling in his house, like as if like the whole place was bugged, would harass people like walking their dogs.
How old was he?
He's probably like, I was probably like 20, 21. This guy was maybe like 23.
Yeah, I think that's when you start
That's when they start kicking in. And the stress. This guy was like a mid-level fucking drug dealer. So it was like that stress.
How horrifying is that, that you can lose your fucking mind? I mean, technically you probably will.
It's my biggest fear, dude.
You probably will. You're teetering.
I know.
I'm here for you. I'm your rock, dude.
Thank you.
Just cling on.
I know this. That's my biggest fear.
Grab
just
me.
Completely lose. Or the vague fear of being like, am I just like autistic and nobody tells me? I get that a lot. Where I'm like,
I don't think you're autistic.
I don't think I am, but I'm like, sometimes I start being like, what if everyone's just being like really nice?
Everybody that listens to this though thinks you're autistic.
Fair enough.
Not everybody, but a lot. They don't tell me that, but everybody's like, damn, he's crazy.
Yeah, well,
it's like, well, he's taking chances. He's out here. He's out here trying to figure it out. He's not like you, sitting around twiddling their dicks.
Did you watch the Darren Brown things I told you about?
No.
Push?
No.
Oh my god, dude. So there's a bunch of people, and I'm not fucking coming at people hating on me in the podcast, but a lot of the people, a huge percentage of the population are just yes men. So when they hear about people like going and doing weird shit, like it legitimately rocks them at their foundation. Like this guy set up a social experiment where it all started by people thought they were on some like casting thing for TV, and they would go into a room, and so there's like there's like 10 chairs, and there's 3 people already in the room. And they're sitting down, and he hits a tone. It goes beep, and then everyone stands up, and then you're the 4th person in the room. You're watching people. People are sitting down, beep, stand up, and then the person would go. Whoever would like just start joining in without asking any questions would start joining in on this behavior. He would keep them. If you didn't do it, he would get rid of you. So then he filtered these people who were just naturally obedient to like whatever was going on, and put them in this setting where he'd be like, we're gonna get back to you, blah blah blah, blah. And then he contacted them through like another way, saying like he found out what kind of business they were in and said like, hey, like we're going to use you guys, or whatever. He figured out a way to get them to go to a gala, like a ball that was supposed to be a big charity ball.
A what?
A gala. A gala? I don't know what the fuck it's called. So basically, the long story short,
they're at the Winter Gala.
Not the gala, dude.
The Winter Gala.
That's how fucking sick I am, dude. I don't know how to say shit like that.
It's a gala.
It's a gala.
It's a winter gala, dude.
So they're at a fucking charity gala, dude. And this like the one guy in it thinks he's like gonna get hooked up with this like to like boost his screen printing business. So they like set you up like in the kitchen. You're talking to this guy, and they start asking you to do stuff. They're like, "Hey, would you mind getting that?" And they like watch as you like they're taking orders, and they see how far that can go.
Ugh.
So, dude, within this thing, a guy who's supposed to be the donor for the whole charity, he collapses. They're all actors. It's one person and like 60 actors in a simulation. It's fucking nuts, dude.
So mean.
So this guy fucking feigns a heart attack, and they're like, "Dude, he's fucking dead." Or they're like, "Go get his medication." While the guy's out, they switch a body. And they had spent like months creating like a lifelike rendering of corpse that's like exact feeling weight of this guy. So they go through this whole night carting around this like fake corpse, and the whole idea is the guy. Eventually, it's like, can you get someone to push someone off a roof to save yourself from going to jail? And the night gets so crazy through all these little like manipulations and stuff, dude. Then they show like other experiments where like what happened. People are pushing this guy off a roof. And then the guy comes out, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, it's all a joke. And they're just like, what? And it's fucking crazy. But a lot of them were fucking, If you get the right conditions, man, people walk in thinking they're doing a business meeting and fucking push somebody off a roof. Dude,
By the end of the night, they're killing someone.
it's so fucking crazy. And they had another one. It was called Miracle. No, not Miracle is his other special. Sacrifice.
I
Where
saw that
did
when
you
they
see
they
Sacrifice?
tricked a guy into sacrifice, like a white supremacist.
Well,
Into,
yeah, it was a guy who like
I
hated
feel like that had to be fake.
hated immigrants, dude. I
And
don't know,
gay.
man. I don't know if it is. They convinced him that they put a chip in him.
Seemed fake and gay to me.
You have to see it, dude. I don't because it's so funny.
All these like hidden camera, fucking everybody's in on it, actor shit. I always feel like is staged.
It could be, dude. But I'm
I think it
telling
is.
you,
Like I remember I would watch Scare Tactics. You remember how great that show was?
what was that?
Scare Tactics.
I never saw
Dude,
that.
one of the funnier shows ever. But
was it?
you could tell it was fucking. Sometimes it was real fake. They would just have, like, be like, "Hey, your friends would set you up and be like, I have a night job. I'm like a janitor at this place, and you would go, and then like a fucking werewolf would attack you,
Yeah,
and they would have hidden
It's actually
cameras.
hilarious.
It was. I mean, it was fucking hilarious.
I mean-
The show was hilarious. Like there was a camping trip, and a Sasquatch came and like started killing people.
Yeah,
And then one person is not in on it. That's
I
like,
think-
oh my god, what the
I think again it could very well. Like, I think it's kind of especially the way they did the push
All right.
one. The way they did the push one was like, and he says like we're pre-screening for people who like we're looking for a very specific
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of person. But the guy who the guy who hated immigrants was so fucking funny because they interview him. They're like, "What are your thoughts on this?" He's like, "I'll tell you what." And blah blah blah. And he starts
Oh.
going off in these tirades, and that's what.
Did you watch the alt right?
No, what's that?
There was a documentary on the alt right.
Really?
Dude, you gotta watch it. It's so fucking funny.
Is it really?
There's one dude. They're all idiots.
Yeah.
They're all complete fucking idiots. It's just hard right wing dudes like Nazis and fucking.
Yeah.
They're fucking sad, lonely, retarded
That
guys.
sucks.
And they're interviewed by like a hot Muslim chick. You sure we didn't talk about this? Like
I
a
don't
hot
think
Muslim
so,
chick
no.
will sit down and talk to these dudes and be like, "Well, would you not like me? I am a Muslim." And every single one of them was like, "Well, like you're all right. I mean." We could be friends. Are we friends? We're friends. I think we're friends, right? Like instantly, all these guys want is a fucking friend. But the one dude
Yeah.
is so funny. They're in this dude's house, and she keeps hitting him with all that stuff. And he's like, "Well, yeah, all right." He's like, "When my wife got sick, the only people that really sent a letter was the local mosque. They were the ones who really cared. So I mean, yeah, there's some stuff that he's like, but I'll tell you what, I won't break bread with no Jews." Like, it was just,
That's his bottom
it's
line.
so good. Like no matter what, he's like, "Well, I'm not going to break bread with Jews, but
Oh
all
my
right."
god, dude.
It was awesome.
That's a
and then
fucking
they
big
filmed
step.
him, and he was like driving around. He's like, "Yeah, I usually throw these packets around town." It was like anti-Semitic, like documents. He's just driving in a van, throwing them out. He's like, "I might go down to the synagogue or the mosque and throw pork at it." And they're like, "Why?" He's like, I don't know. It's like clearly it's just a lonely dude crying out for attention.
Oh
They're like,
my
"Why are you going
God.
to throw bacon at the mosque?" He's like, "Well, why not? I don't know." He's just driving, and they're in the back seat. Like, "Don't do that." He's like, "Fine, I won't do it. I just don't get him the fuck out of our neighborhood." Like,
Oh my god, dude. Well, this guy, he has like a family. He's like a wife and I think like a kid, or his wife's expecting or something. And he just hates fucking immigrants, dude. Hates illegals. He's like, they're coming down here, they're taking our jobs, and he's like going off on all these tangents.
so sick to hate immigrants.
Dude, it's so
Hating
funny.
immigrants is the shit.
And he's from Florida. He lives in Florida. Yeah, so-
Listener, if you hate immigrants, congratulations. You're the fucking man, dude.
dude. So then they give him a DNA test, and they're like, they want to see like what he's made of, and apparently he has a little bit of Jew in him, and he has like a really little bit of like Mexican, South American, or whatever in him. And dude, they read him the results, and he goes, what? They're like, "Are you surprised by any of this?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm very surprised by the Jewish part, and the Mexican thing. Yeah, I just where did you get that from, dude?" He's like, and then they make him do a thing where he has to sit across from a. They do this. It's like an experiment in empathy where you sit across from a stranger of like a different persuasion and you just lock eyes for 4 straight minutes. And it says it increases empathy between groups. He's sitting across from like a fucking like South American, like a Honduran dude. And he's staring at him. And dude, like a minute into it, this guy just starts fucking crying, dude.
The
white guy, he starts
Oh.
crying as he's in his head thinking of all. He just found out he's like a sliver Mexican, and he's thinking of in his head of like all the fucking mean, horrible shit. And he's just like, after he's like, "Can I give you a hug, man?" And he fucking like hugs the dude.
Yeah, it's just another example of somebody who's clearly fucking sad
But
and
it just
alone.
took one person to like talk to him, like, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
here's
be
a
like, "Hey,
test."
man, why don't you stop being hateful?"
He's like,
And
"Where's
they're
where's your
like,
family
"Okay."
from?" He's like, "They came from England." He's not even like saying anything or being all. The guy says he's like, the dude's not like he's not like a political type dude because he doesn't take
Yeah.
any sort of political affiliation. But dude, when he goes in, the end, the guy thinks he's going to Vegas, and his like this car breaks down that's supposed to take him, and he's in like a biker bar, and the biker actors are bullying these Mexicans. And dude, I do not think it was acting, because you see the guy in there after he had his big breakthrough, and he's watching the Mexicans get bullied, and he's like, and he's just sitting there, he like watches them leave, and he's like, all right, I'm getting out of here. And then like, at the end, like the crazy shit happens.
What happens?
He ends up like they chase the guys down, like, come on,
we got to kill you or he'll kill them.
They're about to kill them. They're like, we're gonna fucking shoot this guy. And then they've been playing this conditioning response. Part of the thing where he thought he had a chip implanted in him that like increase his bravery. And he does these meditations where like a tone goes off, and he's like feel the energy, and he's like doing this. And the guy was telling him that like if you tap your head 3 times, you can like you like lose feeling in your hand. But he's like he does like hypnotic tricks. So they're playing. He has the radio station playing that this guy set up, and like after they're like, this is a DJ from blah 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 105. He goes do 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 and plays that tune. You watch the guy go like this. Runs out. He's like, please don't fucking. And the guy's like,
oh my
5,
God.
4, 3. He's like, don't fucking stop counting, dude. And the guy goes 1, pop, and the guy literally just goes and jumps back. And he's like, am I fucking out? Dude, it looks real. The guy's in shock. And the guy Darren comes out and he's like, mate, you've just done the bravest thing anyone can ever do for anyone. He's like, what? It's fucking nuts. I mean, I just spoiled it, but dude,
No, I knew that was what happened.
it's crazy.
I didn't know
dude.
he was going to do this tap on the head shit, but I figured
Dude, they play the
It'd be
noise.
sick if he didn't sacrifice himself. He was just like, yeah, fucking kill those Mexicans.
What's funny about the roof one is like the one guy just was like, I'm not fucking doing this. And then they start showing clips of people who do it. They're just like, wait, what? Fuck it, dude. They're like, "Plap." Dude, it's fucking nuts.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, obviously people are willing to. You don't need an experiment to be like, are people willing to commit atrocities?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
It's interesting to see
Pretty
how
quick.
they start with little, dude. It's like the one in the push is like the guy's he's in the kitchen with like his point of contact in this place, and the guy's like, hey man, we're fucking out of vegetarian shit. Can you just put like vegetarian flags in those little sausages and just put them over there? And the guy's like, oh yeah, totally cool.
Yeah.
He's
Fuck
watching
them.
as people eat them, like, damn, these are delicious, and he's like, haha. Dude, it's so funny.
Yeah, that's a crime I could commit.
Yeah,
I
man.
could go with that.
Fuck yeah, this guy thinks he's about to make like a ton of money into his
Yeah.
business. It's like,
I could easily be like, yeah, fuck vegans. Fuck vegetarians,
Yeah,
dude.
for sure.
Fuck them. They're not standing in my way, dude.
but dude, it's so funny watching how the guy's like, here, carry this bag real quick, and the guy's like, yeah, okay, no problem. Like, dude,
It
it's
just starts to
It's weird.
steamroll with snowball into like, all right, yo, you gotta kill that motherfucker.
well, the
Throw
guy
him
had
off
a
the
heart
roof.
attack, and then they're like,
So they need to throw the body off the roof, or is
no,
it a
what
live
happens is
person?
the guy has a heart attack, and they do a body switch where the guy, they're like, go get his medicine. When the guy runs in the other room, the guy runs away, right? And then they have like this replica they made that's like if you feel it, it's like weight, the temperature, and everything. So they get him in a thing like the first thing he goes, we gotta hide the body till after the event, because if these people see this, the event's canceled. All these kids lose the kids aren't going to get the money. And the guy's just like, fuck. No, we gotta go. He's like, come on, man. The people are coming in 5 minutes. He's like,
Fuck. Okay, fine.
they
Let's
throw
do
him
it.
in a box, and then they do a fucking charity raffle where they're like, and the guy like comes back in. He's at the event. This dude's sweating bullets. He's just sitting there like, fuck. There's a dead guy in the back. They wheel out a big box, the same one they put this dude in, and they're just like, guys like, oh fuck, it's the fucking thing. And the guy's like, you gotta bid on the box. You gotta bid on it. And he wins the box. And everyone's like, open the box. He's like, no, I don't want to ruin the surprise. They wheel it back. Dude, it's fucking nuts.
Oh man, that
It's
sounds
worth
really
watching.
funny.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking good.
All right, I'll watch it. That
Holy
sounds really
fuck,
funny.
man. Yeah, again, I feel bad for spoiling it, but I'd watch it again. It's so fucking funny. The guy like, come on, don't make
Dude,
don't
the
fucking-
fact
please.
that he had to be like, they're like, open. They're such assholes. They're like, make him open it. Open the box. He's like, no. It's such a fucking dickhead move.
I'll stop talking. I don't want to spoil it. It's
Yeah.
so fucking funny.
Oh, that's great.
The shit they make this guy do is so fucking funny.
Fuck
He's
yeah.
like, oh, fuck. Jesus. And his face just goes, I don't know how you could fake that. He's like a redhead dude. His face goes fucking flushed red. It's like, if you're that good of an actor, it's like, I'd tip my fucking hat. I mean, I'm waiting for the guy got in trouble. They were like, he was under fire. They were like, dude, you can't do this. This is fucked up.
Yeah. Of course, you can't do that. You're like really traumatizing people.
Yeah, dude, if you
Legit
convince someone they
traumatizing.
murdered somebody,
Yeah.
I don't know how he's getting away with it, dude. He's
Well,
like
I
a
think the way he's
psychologist.
getting away with it is it's not real.
Maybe, dude.
That would be my guess.
Or I don't know, because I just don't know how they had this guy. If this guy, I would love for you to watch it.
I will.
If they disprove it, I'll be like, hey, it was entertaining to watch.
I wonder if it's a cunty thing of me to be like, I have a good eye for that. I feel like I have a good eye for.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a good eye for what's fake.
Well, I started reading. I was trying to find. I'm like, this has to be fake, and I was trying to find people like, here's why it's obviously fake. But then he has another thing where he does
like the first time I saw 9/11.
I fucking knew it.
Right
I was
away.
In high school.
I was
like, say
in
what?
eighth grade, just sitting there, just like, I'm calling bullshit.
I was like, wait,
while the towers were still up.
My thing, I was like, watch the tower in the back.
Yeah, dude. Do you remember the
Controlled
first time
demolition.
you saw loose change?
No, what was that?
Loose change.
Oh yeah, the 9/11
Dude,
thing.
I was
so
a
instantly.
freshman in college.
I was like, "What's this about?" And I was like, "Yeah, I believe it."
dude, I was a freshman in college, and I was like, "This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is real. We are in trouble. There's gonna be a civil war
for sure." Every young
What
man,
a fucking dumb pussy I was.
every young man. Well, not every, but conspiracy theories are like a trap. They can catch a young man easily, dude. So easily. Where someone would I'd read the trailer of a conspiracy thing and be like, "Yup,
Yep,
got
that's
it."
over. We can close that. Shut it down. Yeah, that's the like a missile. The plane wouldn't fit.
Ooh,
Dude, you
is that
footsie
your
in me?
foot? Is that
You
your foot?
footsie in me?
Is that your foot? I didn't know that.
I'm not wearing shoes,
Dude,
dude.
speaking of which, fucking, I think I started saying this. I never finished. The Clinton Foundation's in hot fucking
True.
water.
Hold on,
dude.
hold on.
Go ahead, please.
Give me 1 second.
All
I'm
right,
gonna take
take
a
a
quick
break.
time out.
Let's do
We're
it.
gonna come back with
Ooh,
some.
wow.
Dude, give me some Clinton dishing.
I will.
I need some Clinton.
I'm gonna fucking serve the tea. We back.
We're back, dude. I'm excited to hear about this.
Yeah, as promised, dude. Yeah, so apparently the Clinton Foundation's under fire.
Why?
Well, there's been some.
Did the Washington Post finally get all your packages?
They might have, dude.
All the dossiers you've been sliding around.
Dude, someone did unleash. Well, I mean, you don't even need the dossier.
You've had a hard on for the Clinton Foundation since the first YouTube video you saw of the Clinton Foundation.
I just don't like. I don't like how everyone was behind Hillary. That fucking pissed me off so bad.
The first inkling of the little bit of information you got about
Oh, my
the Clinton
God.
Foundation, you literally have not. There hasn't been a day that
I didn't
goes
even
by.
watch Clinton Cash, just knowing he exists. I was like, perfect.
There hasn't been a day that has gone by that you haven't at least one point been like, fucking Clinton Foundation.
I fucking hate the Clintons, dude. Dude, so check this out, right? Hillary Clinton gets appointed secretary. She runs for Democratic presidential nomination in, I believe that was 08. Appointed Secretary of State, right? Clinton Foundation money goes from between 04 and 08 goes from $50 million to like $250 million when she gets appointed Secretary of State. Then while in Secretary of State goes up to $300 million, right? She steps down from Secretary of State in 2012. And then when she's going to start running again for Democratic presidential candidate, or drops when she steps down, then goes back up to like $325 million when she was running against Trump. Dude, when she lost the election in 2016, back in 2017, the money that was going in the foundation dropped it back to $50 million. It skyrocketed $200 million while she was in office. So the allegations are that she was running like a pay-to-play or like a quid pro quo thing. And there's the fucking number. They're just the outside numbers without even going through the internal dossiers.
Yeah.
Which is like every time she gets into office, the fucking money comes in like crazy. And when she leaves, it dips. And then when she finally lost, it like totally plummeted.
Trump finally fucking put the nail in the coffin.
Dude, I mean, it's horrible. But they're like, apparently like a bunch of people are coming forward and being like, yeah, like we bullshit around. So what I'm hoping is that we can kind of capitalize for the Patreon. You know, if there's people out there that don't like, if there's any Saudi princes that don't know where to put their money, it's like,
We could be a foundation.
yeah, I'll do quid pro quo, dude. I don't know what
We'll
it
do
is,
whatever
but
it takes.
a little pay to play, dude.
We'll help you pass legislation in Africa.
Yeah, dude. I'll go down there and be like, yo, let these fucking guys
We'll fucking
drill down here.
rebuild Haiti.
For sure, dude.
If there's a natural disaster, we should set up a fund
That'd be
and
tight.
just fucking pocket it.
That's what I'm telling you. They're getting busted. But again, it could be Trump propaganda.
You think it's Trump propaganda?
They're fucking. I definitely think the numbers are there. They're real. The Clinton Foundation was fucking pay to play all day. But Trump's in the fucking storm. I don't know if he's the storm anymore, dude. They're
is
coming for his fucking head.
Yeah.
Every day there's like a new thing where
It
they're
is.
like, we're a step closer. This guy's leaving. Like they're crushing
Did you see
him.
his tweet like 2 days ago about Rex Tillerson?
No.
He was like, Rex Tillerson, he was talking about fuck, I forget who he has now. He's like, they're doing a great job. Rex Tillerson was dumb as a fucking. He didn't say fucking. He was like, he was as dumb as a brick, and I couldn't get him to do anything.
And lazy as hell. Yeah, I heard about that.
Dumb as a brick and lazy as hell. Rex Tillerson was like, what the fuck, man? It's this guy's fucking problem.
I know.
Well, it's almost like he shits on them so that when they come after him, which maybe he was going to,
Yeah.
people can be like, yeah, he's just mad.
He's just dumb and lazy.
He's just mad. Well, not that he's dumb and lazy, but it's like, well, yo, you mad, bro?
Yeah, you got scoring.
Trying to coming at the dog because he called you what you were.
Well, he crushed, who's the guy? Macron, the guy from France? France is in complete turmoil right now.
That's what all the Trump propaganda is telling me. That France is in full on Viva Revolution.
I mean, they're definitely fucking.
They're breaking out the geese, dude. They're breaking out the guillotines.
No, they're breaking out the fucking
yellow vests.
Yellow vest.
The minion vests.
Yeah, they have their safety vests, and they're just like all they're doing is chucking tear gas back at cops, like throwing rocks at cops and shit. And apparently, Trump tweeted the French president was like, "Nice going. Yeah, glad to see your economic policies working out so great. You should probably lower taxes like I did. Everything's going." He totally was like, "You suck." But apparently, that guy's going to get. They think they're going to oust him as president. They're going to make him step down. Macron kind of fucked it pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean they're rioting, I guess. Apparently,
and he's nowhere to be seen during the whole time. Apparently, he like fucking took to the shadows.
He's hiding in the palace at Versailles. Yeah. They're going to behead him, dude. I hope they behead him. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to my brother about that, and he was just like, dude, I thought French people just like eat baguette. He's like, I know nothing about French people. I didn't know they're that fucking. I know they're all real ones, dude.
They are real as fuck.
Yeah, man. They fucking love revolution.
Everybody's always like, yeah, they surrendered. Nah, dude, they wild out.
Yeah, man.
They fought hard. Anybody would surrender.
They just like fighting each other, which is fair.
No, they fight.
Were there
Napoleon took over fucking everything.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, they were wild, dude. They're the Gauls. Historically, they were the Gauls.
Forgot about Napoleon, yeah.
Napoleon wild out. World War I, they were fucking wilded out.
True.
World War II, they got their ass beat, but then they hung around. They had some resistance.
They said, yeah, but dude, apparently it's not looking good for those guys right now.
Vietnam, they were cracking skulls. They
went down to Vietnam?
They started Vietnam. We came into fucking after.
In what world? Why would was that like a French colony?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Did you hear about the dead South Asian women and like got found in like England?
No. What's this?
Just a fucking these people were taking like a photo and like a hike, and they were like smiling, and like the one guy I guess taking the picture was like, "Holy fuck, there's a dead girl behind you in the creek," and there was just a dead like Asian lady. No one knows who it is.
I bet she just fell. She was just walking and ran into water and didn't. She's like, oh. Yeah, there's a very hard to breathe in.
They don't know who it is, so like the town felt so sad about it. They think that she was freezing because when people start freezing to death, they take off their clothes. Yeah, she didn't have much clothes left, but they threw a funeral for her. So there's like 40 people showed up in this town, and then like within like this story was saying like within like a day, people were calling her like the lady from the hill or something.
Fucking British people, dude. Of course. Oh, the old lady from the hill. Oh my god! Yeah, it's also what else? When you take your clothes off after you die, rape.
Think someone.
She either
they did a full
froze
medical examination,
or she ripped someone else ripped her clothes off.
No, they did a full medical examination. They would have known,
unless it was an Asian perpetrator.
Unless Prince Charles was out on the town, dude.
Didn't show up.
Dump the body in Edinburgh.
Get rid of this Chinaman.
Dump the corpse in Edinburgh and spread word for the lady in the hills. Whispered to a child's ear.
We shall call her the Lady of the Hill. I've had her. Now take this Chinaman away.
Edward, next time don't be so rush.
Dispose of her into the lock. Dude, English culture is gay as fuck.
I don't know anything about it.
It's all pussy shit. I was over there. I was so mad when I was reading. Like, I was on the subway reading. Every stop was like Piccadilly Circus. Everything's gay, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, English people are our like American black dudes to Africans. English people are Africans. Where it's like, oh, you guys talk cool. You guys talk weird, and you guys like you guys are bastardizing the language. It's like, yeah, all right, dude.
Dude, we're cool as fuck, dude.
You fucking spanked you guys, dude.
You guys tried to fucking hold us down, dude. We said, nah, get the fuck
How about
out
that,
of
dude? They were trying to spank us, dude. And we're like, no.
Nah, how about we fucking spank you, dude?
It's funny, like how we're like, we are basically ISIS, dude. We're ISIS at one. And we're like, I can't believe these guys are over there trying to fucking like. That's exactly what we did.
No, it's not. But I like it. I like it. No, it's not at all.
We're definitely ISIS, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not even close.
How do you fig?
There was like reasonable diplomacy there.
Yeah, but we didn't have the
ISIS is full on fucking
dude. You're talking
savage.
You don't think the founding fathers would have like unlocked car bombs in civilian squares? It's funny because they definitely wouldn't have. No, not at all.
But what's really funny is
if they did that, they'd be like,
that'd be
oh
awesome.
my God.
If they were, if our founding fathers were ISIS, that would have actually been pretty sick.
No, yeah,
I love that comparison though. 'Cause you are obviously making it to be a joke, but people really do make that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they used to.
we were founded on a revolution, a violent revolution. It's like not even close. Shut
They
the
used
fuck up.
to. Yeah, back then, war was like had in a field where like they'd be like, everybody line up, take a knee,
It's like, this is a day for gentlemen.
take fire.
Well, we did start doing fucking guerrilla warfare on them in
That's
the
pretty
Revolutionary
tight, yeah.
War, which is pretty sick.
Yeah,
We started fighting
little
like
ISIS-like.
fucking, we started fighting like pussies.
I think we beheaded one of their journalists too.
We did. We started filming us beheading journalists, drawing pictures of it.
I think whoever the president at the time was they definitely beheaded
That's what
someone.
Sam Adams did.
They drew like a picture of a headless guy and sent it around
That's
town.
what I was looking for. I guess Navy Times, whatever the fuck that is on Twitter. After defeat in Iraq, ISIS fights on in its last enclave in Syria. But the picture of ISIS right now is so fucking funny.
What are they rocking?
Just these wounded, the shittiest dudes ever. Look at these fucking guys. Look at any one of them. They are the most haggard, shitty group of dudes.
That sucks,
it's like
man.
50 Mashulis in just different sizes and shapes.
That fucking sucks.
Oh shit!
What?
Is this a real picture? There's like a sad white dad in the background. It looks like he got a DUI, dude.
Oh no, he fucking
You see that guy?
couple white guys joining the cause, dude. Unless they're just fucking light skinned.
This guy looks like he has like blonde hair. He literally looks like he's in like the.
Oh god, that's a fucking
Yeah, like a
I was thinking
DUI.
about the two bulls on the front and right. Yeah, that's
sick. He got a DUI and they put him in the fucking ISIS tank. He's like, I feel like I'm in the wrong room. You guys got me in the wrong cage. Look at these fucking boys.
Did they caught those guys?
I don't know what this is, but these guys are.
No, ISIS is for sure the losing team right now.
Yeah, they put up a fucking wild ass fight though.
Yeah, man. I mean,
They got buck. They never really. They've never really. Ever since Paris, they really never did anything.
what when they went up and got those cartoonists?
No, they shot up Paris. They attacked.
They shot them bulls. Didn't they
Yeah.
attack a cartoonist in
They
Paris? too?
did. Charlie Hebdo.
Yeah, and then they came out and were like,
Then the Paris attacks.
all right, we got the cartoon situation. The general was like, we shut down the cartoons. Now get to the square.
Yeah, we got the
A little
cartoons. Now
lacking,
attack.
a little bit lacking in military
Now attack
strategy.
a rock concert. Ruin cool shit. Attack cool shit. It's sick to wage a war on cartoons and music.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. Such a sick move. Like, all right, we got the cartoons shut down. Let's go down. Like, how about the bridge? Like, the bridge can stay for now. Attack the rock music.
Like, well, the bridge would be a very important strategic position for us, General. He's like, nah, cartoons and music. Are you sure? Yes, Allah wills it, dude.
That's a fucking dude. My latest audiobook right now is it's about IQ and how like this whole country's just built. It's like technically the theory is that it's an IQ meritocracy. This guy argues like not a good idea to build a whole society off IQ. And but this guy came under fire, Charles Murray. He came under fire way back when because he was doing studies about race and IQ.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Yes, Charles Murray.
yeah.
His teacher's aide got like hit in the face and sent to the hospital.
He was on
Antifa's attack.
Yeah, he was on Rogies.
Was he on Rogies or Sam?
Yeah.
He was on Sam Harris for sure. He probably was on Rogies too.
Oh, well, you know what? It was because of Sam Harris. Maybe I was listening to it on Sam Harris.
Yeah, he might have been on Rogies too. I
Yeah.
forget. But basically, they did studies, and whether they're valid, who knows? But they did studies saying that on like race and IQ, and they're basically saying that like Asian dudes had like
The Chinese?
one standard deviation higher, 15 points than white dudes, and white dudes were one standard deviation higher than black dudes on these tests. But they were saying like on the individual level, you don't have to worry about it, like because there's so much overlap within there. They're like this is aggregate data, and they're also saying like people's IQs have been growing steadily. So they're saying like white people had more time basically to be like unfettered and learned and all this stuff. So it's this guy he's like, dude, these are what the fucking studies found. All I'm saying is we shouldn't build fucking like a whole society around this because it's inherently unfair according to these huge tests. Dude, people have attacked him like you're a fucking racist. Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's what Spud brought up. It's a good point. It's like, hey man, if you start talking about dick size, nobody's fucking calling anyone a racist or like, hey, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Well, that's easy for Spud. He's like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of white dudes
He has
for
a
dicks.
fat fucking
You know what
dick.
I mean?
No, but
like
when
Neil deGrasse Tyson is the smart black
That's true.
dude. Spudman's a Neil deGrasse white dude when it comes to dicks.
Dude, but like that's the other thing too. I mean, I'm sure Neil deGrasse Tyson's super smart, but like you can just talk about outer space and make shit up, and people are like, "Wow, really? Is that how outer
Yeah.
space works?" You're like, "Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy."
You want to know how far away the sun is?
Yeah, dude, you're like, "Whoa."
If you put a baseball at the top of the Empire State Building.
I mean, that'd be tight if people like the best people at math are like, "All right, we're obviously the best people at math. No one has any idea what the fuck we're talking about. Let's just combine letters with numbers and just trick people into thinking this is real." Meanwhile, geniuses like me are in high school like, "None of this makes sense."
Yeah, you
It's
figured it
probably
out.
the fact that I knew algebra's fake. And
Algebra
it was
is
just a
fake.
test, dude. If you sit there and you're like, I'm really good at algebra, the real mathematicians are like, everyone knows the times tables
Please.
and long division are where math ends. Dude.
That is where math ends. And I'm struggling with long division, but
Dude.
times tables I could get.
Oh, I remember I used to love getting to the end of that long division problem, find out like remainder 3. Like, fuck yeah, dude. What's next? And the teacher would be like, totally wrong. And I'm like, fuck.
So funny that like long division and math and like multiplication. That's like,
Oh my God.
like there's a procedure that all you have to do is follow it. And like I would fuck it up every single time. I would fuck it up.
Oh my God. I couldn't, I like, for the life of me, as long as I've been alive, when they start teaching me math, it's like, you know, times tables, give me them to memorize. I'll memorize them. Division, memorize. As soon as like, all right, you can't do these numbers in your head. Here's how you do this and carry it out. I'd just be like, oh God, oh God.
Nah.
I start, dude, all the numbers get scrambled. I have shitty handwriting. So like, I'm like, is this in this column here? And I'm like, fuck it, see how it goes. And I'm like, I think this is it. I fucking hated it, man.
Yeah, math sucks.
Fuck, it sucked.
Math fucking sucks.
I was good at geometry, but I mean, not good.
I was horrible. I was horrible at every form of math.
dude.
After like 7th grade.
Dude,
First time I cummed, all the math came out of me. All the numbers shot out of me.
when they hit me with sine, cosine, and tan, to this day, dude, I don't have any
I don't
fucking
know what
idea.
you just said to me, dude, but if you say it again, I'll fuck you up.
Cosine and tan,
Nah,
dude.
I don't like it.
Curve,
Do you remember the FOIL method? That's where I stopped.
foil.
First, outer, inner, last. Dude.
That was
Now
when
it's
they,
done.
they started adding
That's
parentheses,
when parentheses
and shit.
are in there, and there's different. Why are we even worried about that?
My whole thing is I'm gonna fucking multiply and divide by whatever the fuck I want, dude.
Yeah, you can fucking
You know
tell
what I
me
told
how
him?
to
You know
do
what I
it.
told my math teacher when I was in grade school?
Suck my
Oh, I
dick.
no. I said literally. I said, look, all I need to do is know how to count my money. He's like, I had like $12.
You actually said that? That's fucking awesome.
I was like, all I need to do is be able to count money. If I do the math so I can count my money, I'm fine. And the lady was just like, you need to learn how to do this. I'm like, we're getting
Damn,
calculators.
that's so sick. You definitely heard that on a construction or a trash site.
Yeah, for
You heard one of your
sure.
shitty
For
uncles
sure.
say that because he was also retarded. He was on a backhoe and he was like, "Hey, you know what I told my teacher? I said, listen, bitch, all I need to do is count money. That's all I need to learn how to do, and I'll be fine." Your retarded ass showed up to school like, all I need to do is count money.
That's I'm like in my head, like, where did I get that from?
100%.
Definitely, dude.
That's a fucking McCusker. That's a proverb in the McCusker
That's
family.
my dad's proverb.
Like,
He-
you want to talk to me about math? I don't need math.
my dad's proverb. My dad's one proverb is life's like a shit. Life's a shit sandwich. The more bread you have, the less shit you have to eat. So that's the shit I
That's
was
pretty
hearing.
good.
I was down the trash yard. I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck school, dude. I'm gonna be a trash man. This shit rules. Dude, I would go down there when I was younger, and it was like, I would just fucking shoot rats, and like they would like grab a TV with a machine and drop it from real high, and I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, this rules. School's gay.
I mean, that's a fucking great day.
It was
You're
awesome.
shooting animals. They're throwing TVs.
Dude, literally, you go into it was a transfer station warehouse, and it's in the if it's dark, you go there early in the morning, hit the fucking lights, and it's just a fucking rat fest. And you got a gun, and you're just fucking lighting rats up.
Whew.
They used to keep it on the toilet. They used to keep a 9mm on the back of the toilet, so when you're taking a shit, if you keep the door open, to sit there and shoot rats. Dude, and then like I would just ride around the truck with I'd ride around the trash truck with my dad, and then you'd hear the CB radio, and I just learned all of the racial slurs. Like I was in there, I'm like, Dad, what's a dot head? He's like, oh, don't tell your mom about that. Whoa, cover your ears, dude. I was in the trash truck, just hearing everything. It was just like, whoa.
I mean, that's the world of the trash man. The average person sees the trash man and is like, "What the fuck are they up to?" Well, here you have it.
Yeah,
They're sitting on a toilet with a 9 milli,
I would sit
trying
in
to
a-
shoot rats.
I would sit in a trash truck and drive around with my dad, and he would eat peanut M&Ms and bite the chocolate off and hand me the peanuts. And I'd be like, I would sit there and eat
Oh,
fucking
that's
peanuts.
a nice memory.
It was nice, dude. And we'd sit in there, and all of a sudden I would be like, Dad, what's a prostitute? And he'd be like, where'd you hear that? I'm like, I saw it on Cops. He's like, someone who has sex for money. Don't tell your mother about that.
Holy fuck! It's unreal that I talk about how I'm white trash. Unreal. I'm not even in the same universe, dude. Not even in the I'm a fucking privileged pussy.
No, I mean, yeah,
I grew
but
up very.
to be
I
fair,
had
my
tea.
dad and his brothers own the trash business, so I'm not going to sit here and,
Yeah,
you know.
but sitting around splitting M&Ms and being like, "What's a prostitute?" I learned it on Cops. Holy fuck!
He's like, where'd you hear that? I was like, I saw it on Cops. He was like, all right.
Did you know what it was?
I didn't know what a
Oh,
prostitute
see, I
was.
remember I would fuck with my dad. Even when I was young, I would fuck with him and ask him things that I knew what it already was. I already knew what it was, and I would ask him. It's
Just
really fucked
imagine
up.
you with a little comb over, just smiling
Just
to
a bowl
yourself.
cut and be like, "Dad, what's a dildo?" I remember I asked him that. And he was like, "What the fuck? Where did you hear that? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I don't know. I was at the DeFrank's house, and somebody said it."
Oh my god. No, I didn't. I like tried to keep those worlds as disconnected. I learned at a young age, like not bring up anything sweet to my parents because I would just get shut down hard, dude. Like,
Really?
Yeah. I didn't talk to my parents about anything ever. I was just like, they were just two people who like constantly put me into trouble, and I was like, all right, can't tell them anything. And then like every now and again, when I was like, it was a burning, I'd be like, I was eating M&Ms with my dad, we're in a truck, and I was like, it was bothering the fuck out of me. Like, Dad, was a prostitute, and he was like, someone who has sex for money. Don't tell your mother about that. And I was like, all right. Instantly went into school.
Years later.
Dude, instantly went into
Years later. Not too long. How many years later do you think? 10 years?
What do you mean?
Till you found your
Till I
first
found out what they
lady
were?
of the night. Till you...
I was like, I'd say about 15 years.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were 15 years old.
No,
when you
no,
first,
no,
When you
no.
first
God
found
damn,
your
I
first
wish,
lady
dude.
of the night.
Like fucking a Mario Puzo novel, dude. Came out of the mines and paid a lady. Sorry. No, I was on a bus to New York, and I got my visa to go to Brazil, and I like thought my visa would cost way more money, and I had like $200 on me. I literally like came off the bus in Chinatown and was like, I wonder if this wishy-washy thing's real. And I like walked into one, they let me in. I was like, holy fuck, it's fucking real. Years later, I'm like, how can I fucking medicalize this?
Now you're just sitting there and
medical
like, we need
wishy-washies.
dumb, fat sluts.
Medical wishy-washies would be awesome.
Well, the Asians have it down. Asians already have it.
They figured this out,
They have
dude.
a dumb, fat slut. Oh, yes. $20 extra. A dumb, fat slut will come in. And she'll make you finish. Very procedural.
That is the logical ending to a massage. If you go get a massage and don't get jerked off, it's like you leave and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You
It's
know-
like, oh, man, I feel so relaxed. It's like, do you? Because I got to come, dude. I got a big
I gotta
load.
go home and immediately jerk off.
Yeah.
It's like the whole time I'm getting a massage, I'm in my head, I'm like, oh my god, dude, please. Like as soon as they touch my legs, I'm like, here it comes. Every like legitimate massage I've ever had, I'm like, this is the one. Here she comes. She's getting close. And I'm like, oh god damn it. Lights come on. You're like,
See,
we're done. That's it. Okay.
yeah. Have you ever been turned down? Have you ever like kind of leaned into it and been like, are we
Fuck no, dude. No way.
Are you almost done?
Not at a legitimate place.
You never went for it?
Not at
How
like
often do you think they probably get it every other massage they give?
Wait, you think you get asked?
Dudes going for it?
I think you
I
get.
bet dudes go for it.
I think you get banned immediately. I think it's like, sir, stop.
Sure.
Or you just find, you find the plug, dude. Or she's like, oh yeah, fuck. I mean, dude, again, if you're a masseuse, what fucking? It's not like you're like, I'm not gonna. Don't dishonor me, my title as a masseuse. It's like you're probably all into that shit of like, yeah, you need to release.
How about it was funny. I was going into Helium.
I mean, yes, John Travolta did it.
And I was with baby girl.
Yeah.
And she was like, we watched a dude going into isn't there a gay wishy-washy like right there?
Across the street, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, look, that guy's going in there. He's getting it. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, watch. He did the shady look around and then he walked in. I was like, that's wild. She was like, yeah, that's crazy. I can't even like imagine paying for that. And I was like,
course not.
yeah, obviously, you fucking idiot. Like, I can. What do you think? I'm buying you fucking drinks.
Dude, we should get the gay wishy-washy to sponsor us.
That'd be awesome. I
That'd
would
be
fucking
tight.
love that, dude. They're jerking off dudes. They're releasing dudes. They're doing the DFS fucking program.
That's true.
They're
dude.
literally like, give us some money. We will release you. Get these gay demons out of you.
That actually, you know what would be better for my medicalized hand job studio would be to have like, so you're in one of those like alien movie incubation things, and just a gay dude reaches through with one of those like biological like glove things,
like,
and it's just projecting a hologram of a dumb fat slut, and meanwhile just a gay guy's cranking you to fucking high heavens. And
gay dudes
you're
definitely.
just in a simulation of a dumb fat slut, and you're just like, and you have no idea what's going on.
Gay dudes definitely crank the best.
I mean,
Without a
dude,
doubt.
you're talking about pitching underhanded versus Randy Johnson throwing a fucking 100 miles per hour, dude. It's probably like unfathomable.
Yeah.
You're probably getting a hand job and you slowly
You
stand up
lift
out of your seat.
It probably elevates you only by your dick, like into the air. They probably get you up.
You probably just stand like reflexively, your legs.
Probably fucking spin you like a pizza dough. Just fucking toss you in the air like a.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's probably
Gay hand jobs is shit.
It's probably. From when I've heard gay guys do two-handed hand jobs where they alternate. It's like you have to
It's like
slow
a never
down.
ending.
You got to slow down the camera to see it, but what's going on is they're going left, right, left.
It's like
right,
you're
left,
doing
right,
the
left,
tunnel
right.
level in Sonic where you run down the thing and you got to collect the coins on the ramp. Like it's just a non-stop fucking shoot, dude.
You see the video of the Volkswagen symbol, how when it spins real fast, it's a swastika?
Stop saying swastika. Since fucking episode 1, dude. It's a swastika. There's no schwa. You even shortened it to schwas a bunch of times. You're like, you fucking pitching out schwas. Dude, also, the blueprint for every episode so far. The last like 4 months, the blueprint for every episode is like, I say, oh man, I had a shitty weekend. I fucking bombed and I took drugs. That's 5 minutes. And then here's a good half-hour chunk of like, this is this thing I was fucking reading, dude. It's fucking crazy. And then it just goes straight into gay sex. And then finally swastikas.
Dude, the VW.
That's it. We found the formula.
I mean, that's it, man. It's like the new sitcom.
It really is.
The VW symbol, if you spin it real fast, becomes a swa.
It does not.
It does, dude.
The Volkswagen symbol is not a swastika. They would have nipped that in the bud, dude. That's a horrible marketing
dude,
plan.
I'm telling you. I saw a video.
Was it an oversight? Did they forget? Did they not know?
They might not have known. It might have been
Because
something.
they definitely weren't in on it. There's no way Volkswagen to this day was
I mean,
like
Volkswagen got caught with some emissions beef.
secret. Yeah, they were lying about like diesel fuel.
Yeah, they might have left the old fucking. I mean, dude, imagine you got all this money, you somehow survived. You were just a total Nazi, and then you start a car company. Like 20 years later, you're gonna chuck a little Nazi symbol on there.
Not 20 years later, they had it.
Really? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not gonna change the symbol.
Yeah, the Volkswagen. Yeah, it's like the people's car, the Volkswagen.
Yeah, dude. Check out the video. There's a video where
Dude, there's a video out.
they spin it, and dude, it just literally turns, and you could see how it would become that.
So
too.
like if you had a G-unit spinner of a Volkswagen symbol necklace,
Yes.
if you had the necklace of the G-unit spinner, you
Yep.
could spin it,
Yep.
and it would be
So
a
I saw
swastika.
so I saw the video. Then I saw one drive by, and I was trying to assess the tires, but the tires are going too fast.
Yeah, you never get it.
Well, if you're at a shop and you have it on a lift, you could spin it and probably see it. Just be on the lookout.
Volkswagen
Be on the lookout, dude.
does not dude.
Be on the lookout.
Don't fall into this.
These people are so brave. I want to see
You
someone
think that
demonstrate
the
it.
Illuminati's just brazenly throwing it in our face?
No, I think it might have been something they set up where people never realized, and now people are like, "Oh fuck!" When you spin it, if you spin it at the right speed, it actually does look like a. It could be like kind of coincidental, or it could have been like, check out the six. They're like, check this out. Spun
I think it was
like
like
fuck
ancient
yeah.
aliens. Like the Nazis infused that technology into it. They're like, we're not going to tell anyone, but the Volkswagen symbol is actually a secret swastika.
Maybe it could have just been something that like the original logo designer was like, check this out. Back when like Nazism was like hot as fuck, and you're like,
Yeah.
woo, damn, look at this, fucking oh fuck yeah,
True.
swastikas rule.
You think he
dude.
just only brought it up at one presentation though, and then no one ever remembered?
Maybe only like the founders saw it, and then the fucking everything happened. They're like, we're not changing the symbol. And then some fucking lone YouTuber was like, check it out. It could be fake.
That checks out.
Hey, exactly.
What are we at time wise?
Hour 18.
I'm sorry. I've
checking out, bruh.
yeah. I'm fucking big time checking out. I
We're done,
suck,
dude.
I suck.
We're done. I just do that thing about
Well, I'm not checking out. I was just curious as to where we were at.
No, we're done now. I knew we were. This is his bonus time, dude.
This was.
The IQ thing was
I
cool.
mean, I feel better now, but at the beginning, I was asleep before you got here.
I know. I saw you. I came in.
10-minute nap.
Is that?
Took a 10-minute nap after. Not even enough, dude. I was so excited. I was like, I gotta lay down. I can't wait.
What do you think about the IQ, dude?
The IQ thing? I think that makes perfect sense. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that.
But this guy's
There's
getting
nothing wrong
fucking
with it.
protested.
Well, of course he is.
This guy, all
Everybody's
he's
getting
saying,
fucking
he's like,
protested.
dude, he's like, these are the tests. If anyone, he even said, like, if anyone has tests that prove otherwise, would love to see them. He's like, all I'm saying is this is what's going on, and this is what we're running a meritocracy that's based off of IQ. And it's just like it, and then you have colleges now where high IQ people find each other, have kids, and segregate themselves more from the population.
Yeah.
He's like, it's bad. It's a bad thing. People got to figure out ways to reorganize. Everyone's like, you're fucking racist. And he's like, I'm not saying that like if you're black, you're dumber than all white people. There's a huge, huge overlap on the individual scale where it's not like a predictor individually. But he was like, it's definitely a fucking problem. He's like, you're having these huge fucking differences in IQ. He's like, this is not fucking good. That's what I was talking to the Spud man. I was like, bro, even Spud was saying this. He goes, dude, he's like, those Asians, dude, would trade in fucking 15 IQ points for another fucking inch of girth in a heartbeat.
You
And I was
think?
like, I would. I'd trade in 50. I was telling Spud, I'm like, I would delete Audible, buy cool jeans, and be like, I'm just going to go to the club now. And I have a fat fucking dick, dude. I was like,
Really? That's all that's keeping you? Is your dick small? So you're like, I better get smart.
It's just not huge. So I'm like, I got to get as smart as possible. But if I could get like 2 inches and like an inch of girth, I would just fucking delete all my shit and just be like, body rocking in the.
Really? You get a big fat dick.
I
How
was
would
just
you?
like an African dude to the club.
Would
dude.
you drop your bay immediately?
I'd bring her to the club with me. And then like be like, you have to hook up with that other girl.
Yeah, you could tell everybody what to do. You got the biggest dick in the room. That's a primal fucking.
I love you. Come home with me tonight. I would go instant African immigrant.
You would
in the
just
club,
become an
dude.
African.
I'd go instant African immigrant in the club.
The club, African immigrants crushed the club.
Dude, I'd fucking plug in my Bluetooth and head to the club. Like, you are so beautiful, girl. I've never seen a girl so beautiful.
Yeah, with like a
as you."
Jeff cap, Bluetooth,
I
the
swallowed.
affliction bedazzled tee, button down. I mean,
I purposely swallowed an antibiotic so we can have unprotected sex.
yeah, you got to hit it with all the fucking African witch doctor bullshit. Just be like, I had Pop Rocks and soda. I can come in you. My semen doesn't count now.
I drank the family elixir.
The
Pop Rocks and soda, urban legends, so fucking.
There's a
good.
club by my house in Queens that's like a African bull party night. And
gotta
it's
get
party
in there,
night every
dude.
night. It's party night every single night.
Of course.
Every single night.
I'd be fucking swinging that thing, dude, around.
Yeah,
like,
they all are. I think that's what's in there.
Dude,
I've
it's
never
just-
been in there.
It's just meatspin.com.
It's just a meat spin of all African immigrants just in a circle spinning their dick, dude.
Oh my god.
All right, I gotta stop.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fucking retarded. I suck.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be back, dude.
You the shit,
I'll be
dude.
back.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Plug it up. Oh, dude.
shout out the dogs, dude.
Oh, dude. What's going on?
Shout out the fucking
Well,
dogs.
plug the show first. December 21st.
Oh, yeah. December 21st, come out to
Better get there.
the Philly Comedy Club. December 21st, me and Matt are going to be doing stand-up.
Ooh.
9
you heard
p.m., December 21st, Philly Comedy Club. Use the Googles and find out about it. So that'll be fun. And there's rumors a couple of the dogs are coming through.
Oh,
A
yeah,
couple of
dude.
the bulls. There's rumors of Frankson
Check
sighting.
the Reddit, dude.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be, if you go to the Reddit, you'll see, and the Facebook, there's a lot of dogs coming out to the
Hashtag Shat Nation in the Reddit.
Philly
Yeah.
Comedy Club.
Shout out, dude.
John
Ooh,
Scotty. What do you
Steve.
think about John Scotty?
Scotty,
dude?
Steve Clark bumping up, dude.
Steve
Fucking
Clark.
dude.
Well, it's about time. Adrian Portillo. What up, boy? Portillo, you think he goes by that? Dude.
Praise the Lord, I was born to travel. Feeling like Slash in front of the chapel. I'm lean back with the less pull. Shit I smoke is like cholesterol. Spill dressing on the vest at the festival, the best of all. Had a midget Puerto Rican at my beck and call. Best believe that there was neck involved. Fuck around and almost wrecked the sub. We took